Hello, boxing fans around the world. Thank you once again for joining us on Talkin Fight as we share with you the news and headlines of the day, courtesy of our friends over in Germany at Boxing 24/7, and my good friend Christian, who's helping out tremendously with the production of this show. Here we go. First up, looks like it's going to be a great weekend full of fights starting off this Thursday down in Humble, Texas. We've got the vacant North American Boxing Federation Super Featherweight Championship between Edson Garcia, who's undefeated, 13-0 with 9 knockouts. He's from Houston by way of Dominican Republic, going up against Armando Frausto, 9-1 and 1 tie, with 5 knockouts all the way from Lamarck, Texas. And also on that bout of interest, we have Winfred Harris, who's 19-1 with 9 knockouts out of Detroit, fighting Vaughn Alexander, who's 5-6 with 9 knockouts out of St. Louis, Missouri. Just a quick note there to wind out that bout of great fights. We've got a super lightweight championship going on. Kevin Garcia, who's 8-0 with 6 knockouts out of Austin, Texas, up against Antonius Grable, who's 3-1 with 3 knockouts out of Sarasota, Florida. In the middleweight division, we've got Eugene Hill Jr., who's 1-0 with 1 knockout from Houston, Texas, up against Shane Hall, who's 3-1 with 3 knockouts out of Clovis, New Mexico. And as our good friend Cedric Ben was saying the other day, these fights are coming courtesy of UFC Fight Pass. Interesting that they're getting involved in streaming the boxing for us as well. Thanks to them. Then on Friday night, our British friends, I'm sure, will be tuned in to Sheffield and a full card, including the return of Dave Allen. So this Friday, we've got Dave Allen going against Andrea Pesci. That's not the main event, but just everyone knows Dave Allen. Not only a quality fighter and social media phenomenon, Doncaster's Dave Allen has also turned his hand to management, passing on his considerable knowledge of the fight game to a number of fledgling fighters. And a few of them are on this card as well, I might mention. The White Rhino, as he's called, who has faced top heavies including Luis Ortiz, Tony Yoka, and Dillian White, returns to the ring on August 27th, that's this Friday, at Sheffield's Ponds Forge Arena. And that will be live on Fight Zone. And appearing on the same undercard, 2 of his charges, Steffi Levi and Levi Kinciona. Norfolk's Levy, who's 3-0, and Sheffield's Levi Kinciona, who's 7-1, are part of a supporting cast to headliner Anthony Tomlinson. He's undefeated at 13-0 with 7 knockouts. A 29-year-old Sheffield fighter will take on Mexico's Dante Jardon, who's 33-6 with 24 knockouts for the IBO Intercontinental Welterweight title. So also on this card, another undefeated Sheffield fighter, super featherweight Kane Sullivan, gets his chance to defend his Central Area title against Manchester's Michael Gomez Jr. Sullivan is 6-0, while Gomez Jr. has lost just once in 14 outings, with the bout also seconding as an eliminator for the English crown. Allen, who's 18-5-2 with 50 knockouts, hasn't boxed since February of 2020 and will get a 6-round workout against Italian Andrea Pesci, who's 7-13-3 with 2 knockouts. And he'll view this as a perfect opportunity to cause an upset by adding Dave's scalp to his record. And I'm quoting. Allen's ring comeback is slated to be a low-key affair. The 29-year-old still harbors British title ambitions, but after a painful 2019 defeat to David Price, says he will know when the time is right to call it a day, leaving him to fully focus on his stable of fighters. I signed Stevie in the first week in June, and she is at her first fight with me on the 25th of June, which she won. I've got a good relationship with Dennis Hobson, and we got her out straight away. She's got a new manager and trainer, and she's doing great. She's not had any amateur fights, so she's going to improve, and I'm looking forward to her along her way. Anyway, with respect to himself, he says, I didn't want to take on any top pros or any top amateurs turning over. All the amateurs I've trained were non-bouters or one-bouters. I've had lots of good pros asking me to train or manage them, but I haven't wanted to. I want to work with people like Steffi Levy, and I wanted to see her do well. Fight Zone is giving her the opportunity to box on TV, which she probably wouldn't have got. I've also got Levi Kinciona, who's a really good prospect in 2022. I think he'll pick up the English title, and I believe he'll win a British title too. So that's going on this Friday night over in Sheffield. Then, of note, one of our favorites who we talk about quite often on Talkin Fight, Amanda Serrano, who's going up against Yamaleth Mercado. WBC featherweight champion Amanda, the real deal Serrano of Puerto Rico, will face WBC super bantamweight champion of Mexico, Yamaleth Mercado, on Sunday, August 29th at the Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse in Cleveland, Ohio. This important women's fight will be part of the event headed by Jake Paul and Tyron Woodley that will be broadcast on Showtime PPV. Go figure, says Graham Boyce. It means a lot to women's boxing to be in this position and on the stage, Serrano said. We deserve to be in the spotlight, and I'll fight like I always do and represent women's boxing in the best possible way. I'm very excited to be part of this event, she said. I'm very happy with the training camp we had in Tijuana. I feel in excellent shape, very animated, and very motivated to face this very important fight, and we are going to reach 100% in all aspects, says Yamaleth. Adding, Amanda is a great champion, very strong, but for that we've prepared ourselves. If you want to be the best, you have to fight the best, and I've come to this fight at a great moment and with extraordinary physical condition. It should be added, there are still some tickets if you're in the hood, still some tickets available through rocketmortgagefieldhouse.com. Looks to be a good bout indeed, with the exception of that so-called headliner. Hannah Rankin is facing Maria Lindberg for the WBA world title on November 5th. Another of our favorites here on Talkin Fight, Hannah Rankin, who's 10-5-0, faces Maria Lindberg, who's 17-7-2, for the vacant WBA female super welterweight title, headlining a Fight Academy show on Friday, the 5th of November. The bout will be shown live on Fight Zone, and you're more than welcome to buy a ticket. In her last bout, Rankin won a points decision over Klosa Nibdiani in Cape Town, March 12th, while Lindberg, on short notice, challenged Savannah Marshall for the WBO female middleweight title on April 10th, putting on a game challenge but losing in 3 rounds by knockout. Rankin will be a favorite against Sweden's former world title challenger, it should be noted. Good for Hannah, and I hope she does well. Let's put it this way, I just hope it's a good fight. In other fight news, Arsen Goulamirian is going up against Alexei Ugorov. The purse bid for the fight between Goulamirian and Igorov was held on Monday, August 23rd, and the company World of Boxing won the rights to promote the fight for the WBA Cruiserweight Super Championship. The company representing the Russian challenger offered an amount of $210,000 and won the rights to the fight against the French champion. World of Boxing gave 3 options of date and venue for the fight. The first for November 6th in Moscow, the second for the same date but in Paris, and the third for November 20th in Monte Carlo. Goulamirian will be making the second defense of his belt and is undefeated in 26 fights with 18 knockouts, while Igorov, who is gold champion, has 11 wins, no setbacks, and 7 knockouts. Again, should be a good fight, and it looks like we have a new independent promoter entering into the field of boxing, a company called World of Boxing. And finally, on a personal note, here comes a story out of left field, but I thought it was worthy of mentioning because it's full of hopes and dreams. It involves Gilberto Zurdo Ramirez, who is hopeful for his light heavyweight title shot. Undefeated Gilberto Zurdo Ramirez, who's 42-0 with 28 knockouts, feels he'll get his first world light heavyweight title shot because he believes in himself, his promoter, Golden Boy Promotions, and his Mexican heritage. The former WBO super middleweight world champion is a leading light heavyweight contender, currently rated number 2 by the WBO and number 5 by the IBF, as well as number 9 in the ring independent rankings for the first time in the 175-pound division. After Ramirez's recent knockout victory over Sullivan Barrera, who's 23-3 with 14 knockouts, positioning him for a world title shot, the boxing world looked forward to Zurdo challenging WBA super light heavyweight champion Dimitri Bivol later this year. Bivol had all but assured a showdown with Ramirez through social media posts, but suddenly he changed his tune and was dreaming of a matchup this November that isn't going to happen against WBA and WBC super middleweight champ Canelo Alvarez, who's 56-1-2 with 38 knockouts, I might add. The 30-year-old Ramirez has openly called for a fight with Bivol or either of the other world light heavyweight title holders, either Artur Beterbiev and Joe Smith Jr., who's the WBO heavyweight title holder. Whose rumored unification fight doesn't appear to be on the horizon. So, all 3 reigning world light heavyweight champions have gone dark, at least in terms of fighting Ramirez. So, is Zurdo too risky for them, or are they just hesitant to fight a proven Mexican challenger? Quote, I leave my opponents to my promoter, Golden Boy, and its matchmaker, Robert Diaz, Ramirez explained. They're aware of what I want, and I trust they are diligent and will do whatever's best for me. As a fighter, I've been clear that all the world light heavyweight champs are on my hit list, and I don't retract my statement or shy away from the fights as most of them have. In this world, all I have are my word and my balls, and I don't break them for anyone. I fight not just for myself, but for my pride and the spirit of Mexican people. We are proud of our heritage and have been the best fighters. Russians know I will take out both Bivol and Beterbiev. Joe Smith Jr. is just an appetizer. Woo. End quote. Canelo and Julio Cesar Gonzalez are the only native Mexicans to be crowned world light heavyweight champions, but everybody in boxing knows Mexican boxers are called warriors for good reason. Again, another quote from Ramirez. I think they're all reluctant to fight a Mexican light heavyweight like me. There's a reason why Bivol is retracting his statement and staying quiet after all his social media antics. If he was serious, it's an easy fight to make, and he knows it. Remember, both fighters have fought in the zone. I'm also hearing Joshua Buatsi's name in the mix, but absolutely destroy him. All these guys talk the talk, but rarely walk the walk. I am a Mexican warrior. Everybody knows the way we are built. By the way, the story mentions other potential candidates who are in the mix, excluding the reigning world champions, may include Badu Jack, Yair Alvarez, Maxim Vlasov, and Ramirez defeated him as a super middleweight, and Lyndon Arthur. My time will come, Ramirez concluded. I know Golden Boy is working hard on making this a reality, and when that time comes, all these guys will have nowhere to run or hide. I leave who I fight next up to my matchmaker, Robert Diaz. I trust that Golden Boy will do whatever is best for my career. I'm not frustrated. This is part of the process. I'm a veteran in this game. Many will talk, but they will fall when it's time to act. Again, I trust Golden Boy will do what has been promised, and I look forward to what fight they'll present me with. Wow. Now there are some words from a Mexican warrior, Gilberto Zurdo Ramirez, and good luck to him. All right, that's all the news that's fit to print today. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, remember to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell